Most of the conventions of the horror genre are represented in my media piece in terms of character, location, and storyline. In traditional horror or thriller films, the storyline follows a simple structure of narrative. This usually includes a catalyst event, followed by a build-up, and then finally a climax. In our piece, we have chosen to use the climax of the film as the first scene. This breaks from the convention of narrative, which means the audience has a clearer idea of how the film will end up and of what situations the characters will be in. In terms of character, the film is quite traditional. There is a protagonist, Lauren, who appears to be the good character in the opening scene, but the perceptions change during the film and the audience are left to decide who is good and who is bad. Using teenagers as the antagonist and protagonist makes the film a lot more accessible for a teen audience, as they may be going through similar situations, feelings, or emotions as the characters. It is important that the audience feels represented in the media, so using teen actresses gives the film a unique selling point. In terms of stereotypes, the film does centre around a typical popular girl who bullies people and a socially isolated victim who is picked on for being different. The main target audience for my product would be teenagers and young adults. There's a very clear market for teen thrillers and horrors in today's industry, with many films being made to suit a certificate of 15. One of the main distribution companies which I would use is Odeon Cinemas. Odeon is an exhibitors company which shows the majority of box office hits before anywhere else. The cinema release would be a perfect way to distribute my film, as there could be a large marketing campaign before general release. After general release, I would then distribute my film through Netflix. Netflix is an online streaming service which is very popular with young people and teenagers. By using this company, I would be able to reach my target audience and promote my film further. During the process involved in creating my opening scene, I have learned a lot about what elements and technical skills go into creating a film. Whilst on location, I learned how to use professional camera equipment such as an HD camera and a variety of other key pieces of equipment. In addition to using more technical equipment, I have also developed my skills in terms of professional techniques. In our final piece, we used a wide variety of shot types and camera angles, which could then be edited to create a more technically advanced piece. Throughout the process, I have also started to think a lot more about mise-en-scène, costume design and location. During the process of creating my film, I have learned a lot about using editing software in general and how to use technologies to create a professional-looking final piece. To add to the intensity of the final piece, I created a soundtrack by overlapping existing horror movie themes and a variety of audio samples. This was the first time I have ever created a soundtrack or edited audio samples, so I've had to learn how to use all of the software and how to create a range of audio samples that reflect the action in the shots. This created an intense atmosphere in the scene and